Skip it up and that up.
Hey, Nvidia, I got a question for you. Are you okay? Are people in your marketing department, are they drinking on the job? Because something's just not right. Because you don't know how to market things. You don't know what you're doing. All right, let me take a step back. And for people who don't know what's going on, let me explain. Nvidia just released another Titan XP. They're actually calling it Titan XP. I guess Titan X Pascal was an unofficial name that the community gave the Titan X that came out late last year. But now Nvidia is calling this new Titan XP the official Titan XP. And what's going on here? Why would Nvidia release another Titan XP? Because this one has the full fat version of the GP102 processor. Okay, you're going to see a little chart here now. And it's also going to show the 1080 Ti, which I think Nvidia did this too because the 1080 Ti, even though it's like just a little over half the price of the original Titan X Pascal, they're like, wow, we released a card that's actually outperforming our top of the line card, so I guess we got to come out with another Titan. But anyway, let's take a look at the specs. So obviously the GPU, the processor in the new Titan XP is the full fat GP102, so it's going to have more CUDA cores. It has 3,840 CUDA cores as opposed to 3,584, more texture units, 240 as opposed to 224 that the Ti and the original Pascal have, a higher boost clock. It has over one more teraflop of performance. The memory clock is faster, same amount of RAM, same memory bus and memory type. The 1080 Ti has 1 gigabyte less, which was so weird. It was like, hey, how can we make this card seem like it's less powerful than our original Titan X Pascal? Oh yeah, let's shave off 1 gigabyte because that'll make all the difference in the world. Nvidia, what are you doing? Anyway, memory bandwidth has improved on the new Titan XP, and the price of the new Titan XP is the same as the original Titan X Pascal. So, man, if you invested in the original Titan X Pascal and bought it for the full price, I feel so bad for you, and you truly should be angry at Nvidia right now, because this is like, I don't know what they're thinking. Now, I do own the original Titan XP, but the reason why I own it is because I lease it from Cutting Edge Gamer. The reason I lease it is because I flip-flop on graphics cards all the time. I always want to get the newest stuff that's out there, and it actually makes more financial sense for me to lease graphics cards because as soon as something new comes out, I want to get it. And if you were like me, I strongly suggest you check out Cutting Edge Gamer. I'll have a link to them below in the description. But on the flip side, to be perfectly honest with you, if you keep graphics cards for 4 or 5 years, it makes more sense to just purchase them. But anyway, moving on. Nvidia, I love your products, okay? I prefer Nvidia graphics cards. I do own an AMD RX 480. It's a great card, but I prefer Nvidia graphics cards. But what are you doing? Think about what you just did. Now, every generation of graphics cards from Nvidia, the 700 series on, right, the Kepler architecture, they've had a Titan. And then they would come out with a Ti card. They came out with the 780 Ti, the 980 Ti. And you knew, even if you invested in the Titan, if you knew if you got a Titan that there would be a Ti card that would almost equal it in performance. You would lose a couple frames per second with the 780 Ti or the 980 Ti, but for about half the price, you were getting Titan performance. But you knew that though, and you still got the Titan because you know what? I want the best of the best. I care about those couple extra frames per second. I want in my computer the top of the line graphics card from Nvidia. And even though you knew for about half the price, you get the same performance as the Titan during both the Kepler and Maxwell generations of graphics cards from Nvidia, you still wanted to spend the extra money for basically the bragging rights. And people accepted that. But now, with what you did with the official Titan XP, you made the people who invested in the top of the line graphics card for Pascal feel like idiots. What you basically did was, hey guys, look, here's the Titan XP or the Titan X Pascal, which it was unofficially called. This is the most powerful graphics card for the Pascal generations of graphics card. Nothing's going to be more powerful. You want to spend top dollar, you spend it on this graphics card. Then, to add insult to injury, you come out with the 1080 Ti, which unlike your other generations of Ti cards, it isn't slightly underperforming compared to the Titan, it's actually outperforming the Titan. So you have the people who invested in the original Titan XP or Titan X Pascal being like, damn, for about half the price, just a little more than half the price, I could have gotten better performance than my $1,200 graphics card? Man, I'm kind of annoyed. Then, to make things even worse, you're like, oh yeah, you guys who just spent $1,200 on your, Titan XP, the unofficial XP. Yeah, I got some bad news for you. We just came out with the official Titan XP for the same price as the original Titan XP, and it has better performance, and this is now the top of the line Titan card for the Pascal generation. So yeah, that $1,200 you spent to get the top of the line graphics card, yeah, guess what? It's not the top of the line, and for the same price, you could have just waited and now got the real Titan XP. You just screwed over a bunch of your enthusiast consumers, Nvidia, and it makes you look terrible, and people now are not going to trust you because of this. What were you thinking? This seems to me, I understand there's research and development. They just didn't snap their fingers and make the new official Titan XP overnight. But this to me seems like a damage control business move. Like they sat down and looked at the official finalized specs of the 1080 Ti and they're like, oh my God, we look terrible right now. Our top of the line graphics card is getting its ass handed to it by our other graphics card, which is just a little bit more than half the price. We got to do something to make our Titan lineup still seem like the Titan, to seem like the beast. Oh yeah, let's make our enthusiast consumer feel like an idiot and release another Titan XP that's more powerful than the original Titan XP for the same exact price. This was such an impulsive and stupid move, Nvidia. And you know what's going to happen now? The enthusiast consumers that you have aren't going to trust you with the next generation, and it's going to hurt your next Titan sales for whatever's coming out after Pascal, because people are going to be like, I'm not buying the Titan now. They're going to do something like this again, where they're going to have another Titan come out a few months from now that's going to be the same price and even more powerful than this Titan. They just did it with the Pascal generation. I'm not trusting them again. Nvidia, you need to think before you make products, and you need to think before you market, because you just made a whole bunch of people very angry, and it's totally understandable. I have no idea what's going on with upper management over at Nvidia, because this is a straight up dumb idea. And a lot of people feel like they've been robbed by you right now, and I don't blame them. This is Richard Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one.